just to introduce myself, my name is Thomas PRIEUR. I work for the Research Triangle region in the US. So Research Triangle region, nobody knows about what is a Research Triangle. So I'm going to explain you what is this thing. So United States, North Carolina is just between Washington and Miami, I would say. It's 2 hours from Boston, 1.5 from New York, and direct flight from Raleigh to Paris. And if we see the map with France, we can observe that's kind of half France, but only with 10 million inhabitants. And Alexandrine, if you can share the second one. We have some facts just to compare something that you know in Grenoble and know in the US. North Carolina is 10 million inhabitants, 8 million for over in Rhône-Alpes, 800,000 companies, 350 French companies. And if we look at the middle of that, the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area, it's 2 million inhabitants. So it's kind of a mix of Grenoble and Lyon in terms of activity, of dynamism. It's a kind of same sectors like in your region with software IT, with biotech, with clean tech, and with manufacturing. Can we have a look on the next one? Okay, so the triangle. Why is the triangle? Actually, in the 50s, North Carolina was one of the poorest states in the US. Only an economy just based on agriculture, textile, tobacco. And we had 3 big universities, Duke, UNC, and NC State. And these 3 universities were seeing their students leaving the state after their studies. So they decided to create a kind of a technopole, to use a French term, kind of a big park, activity park, in the middle of their 3 universities. And it's just the middle of this triangle between these 3 universities, named the Research Triangle Park. And the Research Triangle Park, created in the 60s, now is the first and biggest research park in the US. So it's really huge in terms of research, development, and some of the biggest companies in the world, like IBM, like Red Hat, like SAS, are present, are here, were for some of them created in the triangle. And like an oil development from the Research Triangle Park, the development of the area was kind of I'm looking for my word. It's like, yes, a development from in all the area. Maybe another slide, Alexandrine. So as I was saying, software, life science, advanced manufacturing, and clean tech are the big name in the area. And you have this combination of research in the universities, in the lab, and then development with the lab and the startup and the commercialization of this idea and patents, and then production with big companies. One of the examples will be explained by Suzanne Nicole just after, but we can also give a lot of name, and the recent big name was Novo Nordisk, a Danish company who decided to add his lab in the triangle, and now decided to create a big factory, 2 billion of investment in North Carolina. Next slide. And the last thing about North Carolina, just to have a big picture, is that North Carolina is a big economy, it's really powerful, but also it's a place really easy to access and easy to live and easy to work with, nice connection. And this map is just about the main price. If you decide to go to San Francisco or to Boston, it can be really expensive. North Carolina is something like usual and normal. And when a company decides to develop from the US, in the US, they can choose between spending their money on their house or on their business. I think I'm good with my slides, because all the other one will be also discussed with the other speakers. So I can give the floor to Jean-Georges if you want to keep on talking about the French Tech initiatives and all the all the thing about the region.